chosen one. This is not just another Thursday. This is the one heaven circled before you ever took your first breath. There are moments that pass quietly, and then there are days that echo through eternity. This Thursday is not a date. It is a summons, a divine marker etched into your timeline by the hand of God. You've felt it, haven't you? The restlessness, the unshakable pull, that sense that something unseen is shifting, not around you, but within you. It's not anxiety, it's not fear, it's the sound of your scroll being unsealed. You thought you were buried, but heaven says you were planted. You thought you were being punished, but God was protecting what the world wasn't ready for, because you, chosen one, carry something that can't be rushed. A divine assignment that had to be hidden before it could be released. This is Echoes of the Chosen, a place where silence becomes strategy, where obscurity is decoded, where forgotten ones realize they were never forgotten, only preserved for a holy hour like this. In Isaiah it is written, "He made my mouth like a sharpened sword. In the shadow of his hand he hid me. He made me into a polished arrow and concealed me in his quiver." You weren't discarded. You were drawn back, because you're about to be launched. So if your whole life has felt like waiting behind a curtain, if you've been misunderstood, underused, underestimated, then listen carefully, because what unfolds in this message may explain everything you've survived. Stay with me until the end, not just to hear a message, but to witness the unveiling of your assignment. Thursday is coming, and by the time it arrives, you won't just know who you are, you'll remember why you were sent. Marked in silence, the signature of the chosen. Before you were ever celebrated, you were concealed. Before a crown ever touched your head, rejection wrapped itself around your name. This is the pattern of the chosen, marked not by applause, but by absence. You were born into a world that could not see you clearly because heaven hadn't yet revealed you fully. Chosen ones don't emerge through platforms, they emerge through pressure. Just like Joseph's dreams invited hatred. Just like David was left out in the fields while kingship passed through his blood. You were anointed in private long before you'll be recognized in public. You weren't overlooked. You were hidden in plain sight to protect what hadn't yet matured. The world called you average. Heaven called you dangerous. You didn't miss your moment. Your moment was being built in silence, and the silence was never punishment. It was God pulling you close enough to mark you without interference. Breathe that in. The silence was the signature. The obscurity was the training ground. Obscurity is not the absence of calling. It is the cocoon of transformation. God does not launch warriors who haven't first been wounded. He does not trust microphones to mouths that haven't tasted mud. Moses spent 40 years in the backside of a desert learning to walk without noise. Elijah learned to hear God not in fire or wind, but in the still whisper of obscurity. Even Jesus, the Son of God, spent 30 years in shadows for 3 years of glory. You've mistaken the shadows for shame, but God hides His greatest works in the dark. The wilderness wasn't a detour, it was an appointment. Because in obscurity, God removes every false identity the world tried to give you. In the stillness, He rewrites your name, not the name you answer to, but the name your soul was born to carry. And when that name is ready, He speaks it into time. You weren't invisible. You were in incubation. The fire that didn't kill you, but branded you pain, leaves a scar, but holy fire leaves a seal. And the fire you walked through wasn't hell. It was heaven in disguise. God allows what He could stop to prove what cannot be stolen from you. Like Job, your losses weren't proof of God's absence. They were proof of heaven's confidence in your integrity. Like Joseph, your betrayal was not the end of your story. It was the transportation to your throne. You were not punished by the fire. You were prepared by it. The betrayal that broke your heart, the friend who turned, the closed door, the sickness, the delay, Every flame was forming a vessel that could carry weight without cracking, because glory is heavy, and God will not put eternal weight into vessels that haven't been tested by temporary pain. If you're still standing after the fire, you are no longer a survivor, you are a sign. Let that settle. The fire was never sent to consume you, it was sent to confirm you. The danger of missing the appointment. Every chosen one has a window, a moment when heaven says, now. And Thursday is that kind of moment. This is not superstition, this is divine synchronization. God doesn't operate by human clocks, but He does move by holy calendars. And when He opens a window, obedience is the only bridge that gets you through it. Jonah missed it, and found himself in the belly of consequence. King Saul missed it, and lost a kingdom. Esther almost missed it, but a voice reminded her, "You were born for such a time as this." Delay is not always safe. Sometimes it is disobedience in disguise. You cannot afford to sleep through an instruction that was meant to awaken your destiny. The divine alignment coming on Thursday is not just for blessing. It is a turning point, a fork in your scroll, and the cost of hesitation is too high to gamble. If this is your moment, then act like it, because heaven does not repeat itself. Unveiling the Mantle. Your supernatural authority. You were never meant to walk like everyone else, because you were never equipped like everyone else. Heaven placed keys inside you, not for status, but for territory. And on Thursday, the weight of who you are is about to activate in the earth. You have authority you haven't yet used. You have oil you haven't yet poured. You have prayers that are about to echo back with fire. Like Gideon, you've called yourself weak, while God called you warrior. Like Jeremiah, you've said, "I'm too young," while God said, "I put my words in your mouth." The same power that raised Christ from the grave is not just near you, it's alive in you. Your authority isn't noise, it's knowing. Knowing you don't beg for doors, you walk toward them. Knowing you don't chase influence, you carry presence. And the moment you believe it, everything around you will respond to it. The mantle isn't coming. It's been sitting on your shoulders, waiting for your agreement. Heaven is releasing your scroll. This isn't just about personal breakthrough. This is about the scroll, the divine document written in fire with your name on it, before the pain, before the silence, before your birth. God wrote something eternal into your spirit and hid it like a seed. Now the seal is cracking. Psalm 139 says, "All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." This is one of those days. Thursday is not about emotion. It's about activation. Heaven is releasing a scroll, and you are the only one who can carry it. You were not created to survive time. You were sent to rewrite it, and this scroll, it's generational, it's territorial, it's global, and it's being handed to you. You are not alone. The remnant rises with you. You've been walking like it's just you, like you're the only one who sees, feels, hears, weeps, but you are not the only one. You are part of a remnant. Hidden prophets, silent intercessors, misfit visionaries rising from every nation, and echoes of the chosen is where their footsteps converge. You were never meant to carry this mantle in isolation, because chosen ones are not scattered, they are strategically positioned. Elijah cried, "I'm the only one left." And heaven thundered back, "I have reserved 7,000 more." You are not isolated. You are interconnected. You may have been alone in the last season, but this season is different. You will look around and see the others, marked like you, forged like you, ready like you, and together, you become a sound the world cannot ignore. You were hidden, but you were never meant to stay silent. The season of concealment ends with a trumpet, and that trumpet is you. You are not just a witness. You are a voice, an echo from eternity, a sound that shakes complacency and awakens purpose in others. On Thursday, the volume of your life increases, not in volume of noise, but in weight of truth. Your presence will convict. Your words will cut. Your silence will carry warning, because heaven has placed you on a hill, and it's time to burn. You are no longer hidden. You are heralded. Now speak. Speak through your life, through your story, through your stance, through your alignment, because what's inside you is not just for you. It's for nations. It's for generations. It's for the ones still sleeping. And when they hear you, they'll remember who they are. You were not waiting for Thursday. Thursday was waiting for you. Because heaven doesn't count time the way man does. It measures readiness. And when a soul has passed through the silence, the fire, and the forgetting, God sends a moment that unlocks what was sealed. This is that moment. Not the end of the message, but the unveiling of the mantle. You were never overlooked. You were under divine construction. You survived what was meant to scatter you. You stood when the ground beneath you disappeared. You believed when the evidence looked like absence. And now heaven has whispered your name again, this time in public. The scroll has opened. The timing is now. And you are ready. You have been hidden. You have been tested. You have been trusted. And now you are being revealed. If this word found you, it's because your spirit was already echoing with it. So don't leave this moment unopened. Comment 777 if something deep within you knows this was confirmation. Let the remnant hear your voice. Speak what stirred you. Declare what awakened you. And subscribe to Echoes of the Chosen, because this is not just a channel. It is the gathering place of the sent. You are not alone. You are the next echo.